Stampers, welcome to fancyforstampin.com. Today we're going to make this cute little card box and card for the inside using the Love and Affection stamp set and birthday blooms. We're using this sentiment, For You sentiment, from the Birthday Bloom stamp set for the outside of the box. And for the card, we're using the sentiment from Love and Affection, Sending a Smile Your Way. So you need those two stamp sets to do this project. Now these are the things that we need to complete this project. We need one piece of cardstock measuring 6.5 by 11 for the box, and I'm using Sweet Sugar Plum. We need a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and we need a scrap of Dapper Denim and Sweet Sugar Plum. We need a silver foil doily, one of the small ones, and a piece of vellum, white vellum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my white vellum first with the For You sentiment, and I'm using the foam mat because, well, for the For You sentiment I don't need to use the foam mat because I'm just using a clear mount stamp and there's rubber on it already, and I'm using black archival ink. So let me ink up my stamp, and I'm just going to stamp in the middle there, anywhere on this piece of vellum, and I'm going to set it aside to dry. Okay, now I'm going to use my foam mat and my 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece of cardstock, and I'm going to start stamping. I know I'm probably doing this a little backwards. I should show you how to assemble the box first, but I feel like stamping first today. So on my 4 1/4 and 4 1/4 piece of Whisper White cardstock, I'm using the Flirty Flamingo ink and the smaller flower from the Love and Affection stamp set, and I'm going to stamp one in each corner. And we'll put that away. And in the center of each of those flowers, I'm going to stamp with Dapper Denim. My stamps aren't sticking today. Maybe I need to clean my blocks. Dapper Denim, and we're just going to put a blue center in each of those flowers. And try not to be real perfect with it, because I think when you try to be absolutely perfect with your stamping, it takes something away from it. At least that's my excuse for not being exactly perfect in my stamping. Now I'm using the Emerald Envy and the leaf stem from Love and Affection, and I'm stamping between each flower. So it looks like we have a circle going on. Actually, I've cased this design from the annual catalog. Now I have Peekaboo Peach and the smallest flower from the stamp set, and I'm going to stamp 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was easy. And this other little flower in Sweet Sugar Plum, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to fill in the center of a few of these flowers with rhinestone, but on some of them I'm going to use a fine tip Sharpie, and I'm just going to color in. Oh, of course I would choose a Sharpie that is out of ink. A little black spot, the center, making a little black spot. Just like that. Okay, there we go. Now my silver foil doily and some snail adhesive. I'm going to run it on the back and off center it, stick it there in the middle, off to the side of the middle, I should say. Now my 4U should be dry now, so I'm going to take my 1 3/4 inch punch and I'm going to punch that out, and I see that I went too far in, so I need to grab a pair of paper snips and trim a little of the vellum so I could get the 4U in the center. There we go. I'm going to take just a little bit of snail and attach it there on the bottom. I'm going to put that on just like that. Okay, now my scraps, I'm going to punch using the Tree Builder punch. I'm going to punch this little flower twice out of Sweet Sugar Plum. There's 1. And 2. And once out of Dapper Denim. And I'm going to attach those with glue dots right over this spot right here where I put the snail adhesive, so that you can't see it through the vellum. And then I'm going to put a little teeny tiny rhinestone in the middle of each. Whoops, get back here. Come on, little rhinestones. There we go. Okay, so there's a little rhinestone in the center of, well, it was in the center of each flower, and then in the center of each of the little stamped flowers that aren't colored in. 2, 3. Oh, come on, they don't want to cooperate today. Nope, there we go. Got it. Oh, I thought I had it. Now I do. Okay, so that's the decoration for the box. So give me a second here and I'll come back with the box. Okay, for the box we need our scoring tool, and we need a piece of 6.5 by 11 inch cardstock, and as I said earlier, I'm using a piece of Sweet Sugar Plum. Now with the long edge at the top of your score tool, you need to score at 2.5, 3, 7.5, and 8. And then turn it 180 degrees. Short edge of your cardstock is at the top of the score tool. You're going to score at 1/2, 1 inch, 5.5, and 6. Okay, we can get rid of the score tool. Okay, now from one end, from the edge to the score line is 2.5 inches. So that side of your cardstock needs to be on your left. And what we're going to do, and I'm going to mark this out with a marker, is we are going to remove all of this on both sides. On all of that, okay? So give me a second and I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, once you cut your cardstock, you're going to be left with a piece that looks like this. Okay, we need to snip this little tab here. Oh, I did already. I didn't think, well, I did on that side, but not on this side. And then we're going to fold on all of our score lines. So this is the part of the box the card slides into. Okay, so once you fold, you need to flip it over and add a piece of tear tape on this tab, let me show you better, this tab, this little tab, and this one. So give me a sec and I will do that right now. I know it's called tear tape, but I'm using my scissors. But you can just tear this. Look, see? There, I just tore it. Makes it easier, but I'm a little anal sometimes, and it's easier for me to just use a pair of scissors. So, just a little piece on each of these little tabs. Okay, then I'm going to use my scissors to help remove the backing on the little tabs. And we'll attach them to the inside of the box. Okay, and now I'm removing the cover on the longer pieces, and we're going to fold those in and just and there we have our box. Okay, so here's the piece that we just stamped. I'm going to add some adhesive to the box lid, and I'm going to put this flat on there. There we go. Okay, and something unusual that I'm going to use is these Velcro, geez. Okay, I should have stayed in bed a little longer this morning. These are Velcro brand black coins. They're just, and they're self-adhesive. I'm going to use these. White would be better, but this is what I had. So I'm using these to use as a closure for the box. So I'm just going to peel off one and stick it right there in the middle toward the bottom. And then the other piece, I'm going to attach it, and this is my way of getting it to line up, and close the box, and there you have it. Our box is done. And then you can, I have another box here, take your card that you've created. Oh, I see I forgot something. We need a little butterfly. There's a little butterfly on the card, and there's one on this box, So we need to put one on this box that we just finished making. So I need my scrap of sweet sugar plum and my bitty butterfly punch. I'll punch one of them out, and I will attach it with a glue dot right about there. And then I'll take 2 little rhinestones to embellish my butterfly. And now we're finished. Well, I hope you enjoyed your stop here today. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with me. Until next time, happy stamping!